Yes, starting off with my famous wave, making sure that I'm waving here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Grow Podcast. And I hope you guys are ready for another week of growing. Well, the NFL draft has finally wrapped up. And man, what a draft it was. And I know the big story, and I just need to go ahead and talk about it. Let's get this out of the way about Shedeur Sanders and where he was projected to go in the draft and where he actually went in the draft. I just want to take another perspective what we ought to look at. And let me congratulate Shedeur, Shiloh, and the other, 250, 300 kids that will now have the opportunity to play in the National Football League. I just want to go ahead and applaud you guys. Yes. What an opportunity. What an opportunity. And the reason why I'm doing that, because too often we get so caught up into status or these all these scenarios and situations that we totally miss out on the huge opportunity and the privilege that these guys have been given by having the opportunity to play in the National Football League. And I just want to share this. That some of you, in case you don't know, you need to really listen to what I'm saying. And it really brought me some joy and some pride. And I can remember, and it's just so funny, when I look back and when I look at the projections of what was said, and when I got drafted in the fourth round, the 101st pick, I went to the Houston Oilers and was there for 10 weeks. And next thing you know, I go to the LA Rams and I end up being a starter for the rest of the season 1 week later. And I don't share this with a lot of people, but I really didn't realize that I didn't realize or fully embrace that I was in the National Football League until my second year, because I was just so driven in the sense of, man, proving once again that even though I was drafted in the fourth round, I'm better than that. Not realizing, man, you know what? Let me stop and really embrace the moment on what I have been blessed to accomplish. And I just want to share some of the statistics that a lot of people don't know when it comes to American football. Okay, I'm going to go back. You need to realize in the United States of America, you have about 1 million kids that play high school football each year. 1 million. Out of that 1 million, out of those 1 million kids, you have 65,000 that will go on to play college ball. Now, out of that 65,000 that have the opportunity to play college football, only 1.6% of those kids will get drafted. That's when it drops around, that number drops down to 250 kids to 300 per year. And you have to understand, the numbers go even lower when you start looking at those who actually get to stay on an NFL roster. So you need to understand, roughly out of 1 million high school kids, only 250 to 300 make it to the pros each year. Now, let's go ahead and break this down. Let's go ahead and really look at that. That's about 0.025 to 0.03% that get to play on a professional level. In other words, about 1 out of every 3,000 to 4,000 high school players become a professional football player. Let me say that again. 1 out of every 3,000 to 4,000. So, man, we could talk about kids who their draft stock may have dropped and things of that nature. But here's the thing that we need to look at. I think it's just a beautiful thing when you look at two brothers during the same year being able to get drafted to play in the National Football League. And even more so, get to play in a league when such a small percentage of people get to do it, but be able to follow in your father's footsteps and achieve that goal. Once again, I got it. Congratulations to the Sanders family by getting that done. I think that's a beautiful achievement. Of course, you can look at the percentages of, how many brothers, of course, Tracy and I had the opportunity to play in the National Football League together. You can start looking at the Watts brothers who have played, and you can just go down the line. But when you start looking at within the family, being able to have brothers to play in the National Football League, that's not a lot. You're not gonna find that happening a lot. So for those who have been able to achieve that, once again, let's not miss the beauty of the big picture, which is being able to have the opportunity to play on the professional level, no matter what round you get drafted in. And here's the thing. Again, everyone can just go on opinions on where a guy is drafted and how he should turn out. But let us not forget Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, who is now the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Don't forget so many guys who you can look who went undrafted, who would end up now in the Hall of Fame. So let's not get so caught up into all the 5 stars and draft status, and look at the big picture and realize this: no matter where you go in the draft, here's what you have to embrace. When God's hand is upon you, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what job you're on. When you know that God's hand is upon you, no devil in hell can stop the blessings that God have in store for you. So congratulations once again to all the guys in all 7 rounds who had the opportunity to get drafted this past weekend. God bless. I wish you the best, and take full advantage of the opportunity to play in the National Football League. Let's go, let's grow, and as always, let's keep it moving, people. I'll see you next week right here on the Grow Podcast.